All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for our 7-star Decidueye raids, I've thought of a couple of options for us. So, Decidueye has a lower base physical attack than it does special. So, I'm more partial to those options. You can do less and get the same result. In essence, probably shave a turn, maybe 2, maybe 3 off, depending on your Pokemon. So, to kick things off for our final boss against Decidueye, I'm choosing CETITAN for the first round here. Now, it's going to be a Belly Drum user, so you would use Belly Drum, and then on turn 2, use the move Ice Spinner, and that should achieve the one-hit kill. Now, it's going to be EV'd in HP and attack with an Adamant nature. Its ability, Sheer Force, is great, but that's not necessary because we're going to be skill swapping it Pure Power from Medicham, which effectively will take its attack from 357 to, what is that, 714? Yeah, 714. And then it'll have its attack maxed from the Belly Drum, so in essence +6. Ice Spinner, you get same type attack bonus. And good night, Decidueye. So there's a little more setup than just that. So yes, CETITAN's held item is going to be a Citrus Berry, so that once it loses half its health from the Belly Drum, you'll get 25% of it back. And with a nice, juicy health bar at 554, we should be sitting pretty. Now, the Medicham is going to be an impish nature to bulk up its physical defense as much as possible. I give it a focus sash just so in the event it gets critical hit and it just really can't survive against Decidueye, at least it'll stay there with 1 HP, and we will guaranteed be able to get our skill swap off. We need to swap its ability Pure Power to CETITAN to double its attack I just mentioned. Now, the rest of the moveset is pretty flexible, but I do recommend having Helping Hand. So, for the situation on turn 2, if the rest of the team needs some health, then this thing will have hung on with 1 HP. So you can use a Heal Cheer, Defense Cheer if you need it, or Helping Hand the CETITAN to give it even more of an attack boost. Now, supporting these two Mons, we have a few options. Personally, I like Magnezone the best because it learns both screens, and you can get Screech and Metal Sound. So whether you're using a physical attacker to do the damage or a special, your Magnezone's flexible. Now, my Magnezone for this raid is going to have Screech, Light Screen, Helping Hand, and Reflect. The Light Screen may not be necessary, but we don't know Decidueye's moveset yet. Nor do we know if it's going to have Nasty Plot and beef it up, give us a Leaf Storm, blah, blah, blah. Charizard hit us with an Overheat off rip and then reset its stats. There's a chance it could do the same thing. In that case, it would hit us before we had a chance to use the Light Screen, but at least our bases are covered. For this, all my support Mon, I EV in Special Defense and Defense, so they're not one-trick ponies. We can just simply change the nature to a Special Defense amplifying situation to use it for different Pokemon if need be. But the Magnezone's role is going to be screeching the Decidueye. So turn 1, while the CETITAN is using Belly Drum, getting its buffs. Medicham is using Skill Swap on the CETITAN. Magnezone can Screech the Decidueye and drop its physical defense, get things prepared. It can use a Reflect if we know we're going to need physical defense boost. And then it has Helping Hand for turn 2 when it is time to do the damage. In case Medicham needs to do a cheer, at least we have the option for Helping Hand. The held item is going to be a wide lens, limiting the chance of Screech missing. Now, odds are it will hit with the wide lens, but Screech doesn't have 100% accuracy, so we always have the chance of it missing. Now, it's pretty physically bulky. As you can see, its defense is 361 with a defense amplifying nature and EV trained. Decidueye gets, I believe it's low sweep and low kick for fighting type moves. So those are low base power. It does not have a fighting typing. So I'm not too worried about that whatsoever, especially with bulky defense like that. Another option, if, say, somehow this Decidueye is just the Hulk of all Decidueyes and it claps a Magnezone, we can replace that slot with a Corviknight. Corviknight's going to have the Screech, Metal Sound, and Taunt if need be, but at least it won't get clowned on by a low kick or a low sweep. Now, again, I do feel Magnezone is going to be just fine, but Corviknight's another option, and it's flexible because it gets both Metal Sound and Screech for your physical or special options. Again, this is EV'd in special defense and defense. The only move that makes a difference in this team here is going to be Screech. So it will use Screech on round 1, while the CETITAN's belly drumming and the Magnezone is using Screech. So it is also going to have a wide lens. Say it's turn 1, both of them hit. Great, it's -4. Turn 2, they can both use it again. Unless they need to do something supportive, like if Corviknight needs to use Taunt, cool, it can Taunt. If Magnezone needs to drop screens, great, it can drop screens. But if it's just smooth and they both use Screech, the Decidueye is going to be -6, and it will definitely get one shot by Ice Spinner. There's another option to have a Abomasnow there. Now, it has snow warning, so then we will have snow off rip, which is great. And the move Aurora Veil, which will essentially drop a reflect and a light screen. So it'll protect you against physical and special attacks. I also gave it Icy Wind, Snowscape, and Ingrain. Icy Wind is chip damage, and it doesn't hurt to slow down Decidueye. Snowscape is for, say, the raid goes completely awry. Your 5 turns of snow have ended. We need more snow for whatever reason. Boom, Snowscape's there. It's kind of just there for just in case. In a situation where we bring Abomasnow for a 4th, that is going to put a lot more pressure on the Magnezone for getting its Screeches off.
Do you want to build a snowman?
So, say Abomasnow's the move and Aurora Veil's the first thing we do. I give it a light clay to extend its turns as long as possible. We use Aurora Veil to drop those off rip. Magnezone's going to Screech. Medicham is still using Skill Swap on CETITAN to give its pure power ability. CETITAN's still belly drumming and then ice spinnering. Round 2, Magnezone's going to use Screech again. The Medicham can use Helping Hand on the CETITAN to kind of bridge the gap or do an attack cheer to make up for the lack of 3 Screeches. And say we need heals, Abomasnow can then use a heal cheer or attack cheer if everybody's health gauge is doing fine. Now, there's not a lot of opportunity to die in 2 turns, right? It's going to do something in the first turn. As long as we all survive handily, second turn will be okay. But there's room for us to do cheer. What I'm personally going to walk in with to test it out first, to guinea pig it, I'm doing CETITAN, Medicham, Magnezone, and Corviknight, or 2 Magnezones. So we'll do Belly Drum with CETITAN, and it's going to take half of its health gauge, and then the Citrus Berry will give us 25% back. Round 1, Medicham will skill swap the CETITAN, give it pure power, so its attack is doubled. Magnezone and Magnezone will both use Screech. Medicham will either do a heal cheer or a helping hand for round 2. CETITAN is going to use Ice Spinner after the 2 Magnezones, or the Magna and Corviknight both Screech again. Decidueye is -6, and it will get the 1-shot. So it is a 2-turn 1-shot situation, and it's very salvageable, say things go awry. And that's that. We have the Abomasnow on the back for just in case. That's how we're doing that.